giveaway time. I am announcing the winner to my last video's giveaway. If you do not know what I'm talking about, make sure you're paying attention to my videos. I'm going to be doing random giveaways and shout outs to all of you guys. So one of you is going to take some really pretty gel polishes along with this really amazing cuticle oil. They smell so good. So getting right to it, let's pick the winner. Good luck to you all. Make sure you turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. And the winner is Dulce Saldaña. Girl, message me, email me, contact me so I can send it out to you. I might throw in a little extra things. The question for this video is, what is the most expensive set of nails you have paid for? Let me know down below, comment, and let's get right into the tutorial. In this video, I am using Profile's Backstage Acrylic Monomer, along with their Sculpt It Like It's Hot in the number 6 acrylic brush. And I'm just pouring some of that into my dampened dish. I'm using Not Polish number 143, First Nude. Now I'm just going ahead and doing a super simple acrylic set. It gives you kind of an idea of how I do my acrylic base. I am very aware that a lot of people do not like having that acrylic design, and unfortunately that is what I am used to. However, I am going to try to incorporate more of these designs where I do the design over top of the nail because, like I said, I am aware that a lot of people don't want that acrylic design. I'm taking that nude acrylic and just doing a super basic, simple set of nails. I'm gonna go over a little bit of how I lay my acrylic so you guys can kind of get an idea. For the most part, I like to start at the tip of the nail. I start at around where the tip meets the natural nail bed and then drag that ball down. And then I place one in that middle section where that same tip meets the natural nail bed, and the last bead goes in the cuticle area. I am not building up this acrylic thick at all because this is a practice hand. If you are doing sets this long on an actual client, you do want to build up that apex, and I will be doing a separate video on that. But for the purpose of this video, I am just doing a regular thin set of acrylic nails. So again, that second ball goes in that middle section. And then I ended up doing a fourth ball on this one just because that finger is a little bit bigger and I didn't take that in consideration. Make sure you're wiping the sides of the nail so you don't mess up that shape that you created. I'm taking my cone bit. This is the one that I use at the cuticle area. We want to ensure that the acrylic is nice and flush to the natural nail bed so we do not get any lifting whatsoever. And for this video, for the first time, I am only using my Tammy Taylor peeling stick file to file the nails into shape. Normally I use the e-file to do most of the filing on the nail surface, but I'm feeling a little experimental and I'm wanting to really dig deep into the things that I'm not comfortable with. in order to teach you guys some stuff. So I am going over the surface of that nail with the hand file, vertically up and down filing. So whenever you are filing really long nails, you want to have that angle to where you can nicely smooth out the surface from the apex area to the tip. And having your file vertically up and down is going to allow you to do that. I think you get a smoother surface and a more smooth transition if you do it vertically versus horizontally. That's my personal opinion. And then whenever I get closer to that cuticle area, I like to go sideways a little bit more on the horizontal side and just file down, making sure that all the cuticle area is nice and smooth. And of course, now we are flipping around the hand to see the nails in the client's perspective. This is how I finish filing my set into the perfect shape. You want to make sure you are looking at it in their perspective, so if there are any flaws, you can fix them at this point. I'm going ahead and just making sure that shape is nice and perfect. And then I'm taking my profile sponge buffer and buffing over the top of the entire nail surface. Because we are doing intricate line nail art, we want to ensure that everything is nice and smooth so it glides on perfectly and you can do flawless nail art. Now, of course, we cleanse the nails. I'm taking Not Polished Timeless Arch Gel in their color pink and the black. And I'm taking the Poochiez Orange Neon Gel Polish. So I'm just basically using my little palette and placing all the colors on there so they're readily available for me to use and I don't have to be going back into the jars. For this video, I am very aware that a lot of you are not comfortable with doing nail art, but I'm gonna go over a few things that help me so you guys can kind of practice and figure out what works best for you. I did that tiny little triangle and I'm straight up just building off of that. There is no specific design I went off of. I love line art and I used to do this when I first started doing nails. So I'm kind of good at eyeballing where to place things, if that makes sense. So I just start off with one line, one shape, one something, and then I build off of that. And that's exactly what I'm doing right here. I started off with that triangle and I'm just doing randomness after that. So the most important thing that you're going to need to do and master nail art is a really good brush. I 1000% highly recommend this nail art brush that I'm using. It's in my Amazon storefront if you guys are interested. However, I say this in all the videos, just because something works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So give it a go. I do highly recommend it. I do think it's the best that I've tried and I have tried a ton. But that doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. You might not like the thickness of the handle, you might not like the bristles, you might not like, whatever it is about it. So I do think that that is important for you to be comfortable with the things that you are using. So not only the brush is important, but the gel paint, the acrylic paint, the gel polishes, whatever you are using to create your nail art, you have to absolutely love to work with that viscosity, the thickness, whatever you want to call it. It has to be the perfect consistency for you. I absolutely love gel paints, and that is what I use all the time. I do think it is easier to blend them out, and I do think that it is easier to work with only because you have more time. You can wipe it off easily. Acrylic paint, back in the day when I was using it, it was just a pain in the butt for me. It dried very, very fast, and whenever you went to top coat, it just didn't have that smooth finish that gel paint does. Now, I do use a lot of gel polishes in form of like gel paint, because if they are the right consistency and thickness, you can work with it as well. I have tried using very thin gel polishes, and that is a no-go for me. A lot of mine have that perfect consistency where I can use them as that as well. So for the middle finger, we are going in with that cuff look to begin with, and then I'm building off of that. So I started off with that black thin line, and then I went in with a few different little nail art stuff. So I do recommend that if you're using multiple colors like I am, do all of one color first and then cure it. You don't want the colors to bleed into each other, and you don't want them to run everywhere. For this specific nail, I did start off with this tiny section. I just did that cuffed look, some negative space, and then those little lines that I'm doing now. I cured it for 15 seconds, and then I went in with my pink. Did that little line as well under that black. Cured that for 15 seconds, and then once it's cured, I brought it back out and I did the same line design, that curved line, with the color orange. And then I would cure that and then go in with the rest of the details. You can absolutely, of course, use the lighter colors first and then go in with the black. It's just personal preference. I like doing my dark colors first. I feel like I'm more comfortable using black for whatever reason. And so I like to do my black first if I know what I'm doing, and then I go in with the lighter colors. So now I'm just adding a tiny little triangle detail down in the middle and then building off of that. So I like to take it in sections and kind of just wing it, really. And then I'm leaving some negative space and then doing another triangle. And as you can see, I am firmly holding the finger. I am firmly holding my brush, and I am resting my pinky onto my other fingers or my other nails. This is going to give me that stability that I need to be able to glide that brush over the top of the surface of the nail. You want to make sure you're not just floating up in the air, because your hand does tend to shake, move if you breathe a little bit too hard, or whatever the case is. If your client is not still, you will ruin the design. And so you want to make sure you're holding that nice and firm at all different angles. I went ahead and cured that, and I did want to add this funny little clip because I was laughing at myself when I was editing this video. I am basically showing you exactly how my process goes whenever I am doing nail art. First of all, why am I dipping it into the paint so much? I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do a line here. No, maybe right here. No, no. Maybe this way. No, how about here? This is straight up how my random nail art process goes. And so I thought it was funny so you guys can kind of see exactly what it's like to live in my brain. But I ended up just adding another curved line because I thought it would look good. And of course we are going to cure that after and then move on to the next finger. So for the ring finger, I like to do all of the randomness as I've mentioned before, and so I'm doing that tiny little inverted circle design, and I flipped the finger around because I want to make sure that it is straight in the middle. I've done it before to where I do it straight on my end and then it's like super crooked on the client's perspective. So you want to make sure you're double checking your work as you're going. And I don't even know what you would call this, but I ended up doing this sort of little design where I brought it down and then just angled it outwards. For the rest of this design, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy and see it, kind of look and pay attention to what I'm doing. So basically the gist of it is, if you want skinnier lines, do not apply too much pressure. If you want thicker lines, apply more pressure. The more angled your brush is, the thicker the line as well. So if I go in like more straight, it's going to be a lot thinner. So there's just a lot of things to take into consideration whenever you're doing nail art. Make sure you guys are practicing. This stuff catches clients' attention. I do this type of nail art all the time. My clients absolutely love it. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications. I am going to be doing giveaways, shout outs. I am trying to do tons of giveaways for you guys. I truly appreciate every single one of you, and I really want to give back. Last but not least, the final little touches, and I am flipping around that hand just to ensure that it is nice and straight from the client's perspective, using Matte It from Not Polished. Do not forget to use my discount code VEE88 for a discount on their website. Let me know if you guys order anything with my discount codes. I will share it onto my story. Tag me in recreations. I love seeing your guys' work. I love motivating you guys, and I love sharing all of this information with you guys. So I'm going ahead and top coating the rest of the nails, curing that for 60 seconds to 90 seconds. But that basically concludes this video. Do not forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.